Conrad Gaard was the Washington State Commissioner for the British Israel World Federation and, quote, one of the best informed men on the subject of religious pyramidology. As of 1934, Gaard was the only known individual to have built a replica of the Great Pyramid of Giza. After his creation, Gaard began touring the west coast of the United States and Canada, lecturing on the pyramid and its, quote, prophetic meaning. His lectures gained him notoriety as, quote, one of the most significant identity figures on the West Coast. Gaard was one of the first Christian identity figures to produce a written presentation of identity views as the identity movement emerged from British Israelism. Based in Tacoma, Washington, Gaard led the Christian Capital Church and Destiny of America Foundation. He was also a religious broadcaster and an editor of the Christian identity publication, The Interpreter. By 1946, Gaard's anti-Semitic views had attracted Gerald L. Smith and Wesley A. Swift, who, with Gaard, would form a collaboration that would last for at least a decade as the identity movement was being birthed. Gaard participated in the 1950 convention of Wesley Swift's Christian Nationalist Party in Los Angeles as a, quote, lecturer of influence. As the United States entered the Great Depression, Gaard founded and held lectures on behalf of the National Budget Service. After Howard Rand's Anglo-Saxon Federation proclaimed that the Great Pyramid had predicted the economic crisis, Gaard formed a replica of his pyramid and began holding an extensive series of lectures on, quote, current events in the light of biblical prophecy under the auspices of the Anglo-Saxon Federation. When fears of global conflict began to emerge, leading to the Second World War, Gaard's lectures transitioned to focus on the Giza Pyramid's, quote, prophetic revelation of the rise of fascism, communism, and Hitler's place in prophecy. Gaard believed that the serpent from the biblical Eden was a pre-Adamite beast of the field, acting as an agent of Satan to sire Cain. According to Gaard, Cain married a pre-Adamite woman to produce a, quote, mongrel hybrid race to populate the world and control government systems. According to Gaard, Satan has controlled his kingdoms of this world through earthly masters who receive their orders occultly from secret hidden masters, and he controls his kingdom today, including even the communist Russia and Red China in the same way. In the 1950s, Gaard joined forces with the Kingdom Ministries and began claiming that non-white races were joining together with communism to form an invisible one-world government. It was about this time that Gaard's one-world government conspiracy entered the latter-rain movement through William Branham. In 1953, Branham began claiming to have had a vision in 1933 about communism, fascism, and Nazism merging to form one central ism before the invasion of the United States to, quote, overthrow the American government. While speaking to very specific audiences, Branham included the anti-Semitic themes of the identity movement. Branham claimed that communism's invasion of the church was a repeat of the Jews, quote, uniting themselves against Jesus, leading up to a race war. Branham claimed that, quote, both white and colored will fight again and die like flies. Branham believed the ancients had predicted Gaard's one-world government. You can learn this and more on william-branham.org.